Good morning. It's probably morning over in New York. I'm assuming in New York, LA, anywhere around the world. I know a lot of my followers are on the East Coast, but maybe what time is it where you're at? I am in Greece on actually an uninhabited Greek island. There's actually no one on the island over there. I'm a personal trainer. If you don't know me, I'm AJ, and I'm a personal trainer, and I am traveling around the Greek islands with my clients. We're actually about to go to the Corinthian Canal, which I'm really excited about, and the Ionian Islands. So, has anyone been here? Um, I want to show you how to find your core while training your glutes. If you find your while you're training your glutes using my breathing method, you're going to increase the carbon dioxide levels in your body, which is going to increase the blood flow to the muscle that you're intending to work, which is your glute. The more blood flow, the more oxygen, the better results. And then additionally, when you work your breathing core, you stabilizing in your lower back, which is going to help you to move more from your hip joint and less from your lower back so that you get more work from that hip. Okay, so I'm going to put my ab ribbon on. If you don't have an ab ribbon yet, you can certainly get one. Um, but if you don't have one, I want you to see what it feels like to connect to something rigid and use tactile feedback around the waist as you go through your movements. So what you can start with is like a rigid belt, a leather belt, a bathrobe tie, something like that, because I'm going to teach you my engaged exhale, where we loosen the ribbon on the exhale and then we tighten it on the inhale. So you get a lot of tactile feedback as to what the core is doing when you're breathing. And this is what I call the breathing core. So we're going to take a big inhale, filling the ribbon, and then on the exhale, long exhale. So very, very, very connected to the ribbon, a little bit loose at the end. Let me teach you my engaged exhale. This is the engaged exhale of the breathography breathing technique. We're blowing for 2 seconds, we're hissing for 2 seconds, we're softly shushing for 2 seconds, and we're loudly shushing for 2 seconds. Those breath stages, those sounds are key for creating resistance for the abdominals as you go through that long exhale. This is going to help us breathe together because when I'm making those sounds, you're also going to make those sounds with me. How many times have you been in a Pilates class, a yoga class, or just any movement class where the teacher um, oh, hey, Jerry, thank you so much. Where the teacher's like, inhale now, exhale now. And you're like, okay, I think I'm doing it, but I'm kind of getting lost in my breath. I want you to breathe with me and sing with me, kind of. I was a professional singer and dancer before I turned personal trainer, so I understand the efficacy of harmonizing with other people, harmonizing in movement and harmonizing in sound. And so when I make these sounds, I want you to make these sounds with me. I want you to breathe with me. Okay. Blowing for 2 seconds, hissing for 2 seconds, softly shushing for 2 seconds, and we're loudly shushing for 2 seconds. It sounds like this. Let's practice because then we're going to integrate it into some of our functional movements. So I'm going to stand to the side so that you see when I inhale, I'm completely releasing. And then on the exhale, I'm loose with my ab ribbon by the end of the exhale. Again, if you don't have an ab ribbon, tie something at the base of your ribs so that you can feel your breathing core. It can be a bathrobe tie. It can be a leather belt. It can be anything that's rigid that goes around your waist. If anyone who's joining has any ideas as to what you can start with, because I want you to feel this before you actually get yourself an ab ribbon. If you want an ab ribbon, it's actually less than $25, so it's not a huge investment. It's a belt. It's a rigid belt that comes with a QR code that helps you to learn my exercises and my breathing technique. So I do recommend it, but for now, start with something like that. Okay. So let's just go through the breath cycle a few times so that we can practice together and breathe together. And then we will integrate that breath pattern into our strength exercise for today, which is a toilet squat, because it turns out a toilet is the perfect height for doing a squat. I'm going to do it in a single leg balance, but don't worry, there are beginner versions as well. Let's breathe. I'm going to bring my hands overhead so you can see what's going on with my breathing core. Inhale. The ribbon is loose. I've pulled my navel to my spine. Inhale. Inhale. Okay, amazing, amazing. Hold on one second. I am actually, because I'm a personal trainer, I actually am on call. I just want to make sure that hold on a second. I just want to make sure that I'm not getting called into a session, um, but I'm not. Okay, good. So I think we have just enough time. Let's warm up the glutes a little bit. So I'm going to balance on my right leg, and every time my left knee comes up, I'm squeezing my right glute. But I'm doing this with my breathing core. So put your hands behind your head so you can feel your breathing core working, and we're going below. And you're focusing on that deep core as you swing the leg. Inhale, 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 inhale. Loosen the ribbon. Inhale. One more set. Whew. Really feel that glute in the balance. Let's do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to face sideways so you can see what's happening with my breath. Inhale. Tighten the ribbon. Inhale. Inhale. One more set. Inhale. It's amazing how much you can work the glute. Just a single leg balance. That feels good. Come over to the toilet with me. Tour here. And you see over here? You know what? Let me bring you over here so you can see me a little closer. This should be perfect. Okay, that's okay. Perfect, perfect. Hi guys. Okay. So I'm going to use this breath pattern, tightening and loosening the ab ribbon, in conjunction with going down on a single leg squat. Why would I do this breathing with a single leg squat? Well, for one, it's stabilizing my low back, so I'm protecting my low back as I do my single leg squat, and it's increasing blood flow to my musculature, all that jazz. We're staying on tempo with each other. If you're a beginner, you can simply kickstand the other foot or even do it bilaterally, meaning on 2 feet. I'm going to go on one because, hey, this is also my workout. So, and I want to demonstrate to you here. So let's put the hands behind the head. Head posture is so important. Drive your head back into your hands. Inhale, inhale, and inhale, 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 inhale. One more set on the breath. And we're going to move to nasal breathing. Now keep those abs engaged, keep the ab ribbon loose as we do 6 more faster. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, man, oh man, anyone doing these toilet squats with me? So intense. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to go through the breath cycle, and then I like sometimes finishing the breath cycle where the ab ribbon's nice and loose, and then I move to nasal breathing, but keeping these deep core muscles engaged. That I engaged with that engaged exhale. Okay, so let's go to the other side. Here we go, and inhale, inhale, Oh,